Hello, Julie here. Welcome to another process video in the rainbow series, this being the final one. Here you can see that I've already cut the cut file, which is a Paige Evans, and I've attached it to, I believe it was Whimsical 12 by 12 with gold foiling, again from Paige. And I'm just trimming round the edges. A tricky but worth it task. I'm using a standard craft knife. So once I've cut all the way around the outside, I'm then doing all the little bits and pieces, the circles in the centres. I've got to cut all those out, the C, the B, the R, and the A. So literally with a craft knife and a cutting mat and a stable hand, I'm just using that to cut round the inside of the cut file as neatly as I can. I love the way this is looking. So there's a closer view of what I'm up to. As you can see, I'm pretty close to said fingers. But I do prefer a craft knife to any other tool. Just basically goes where other tools cannot go. So just trimming around the B and just a few more letters to go. Now, I toyed with several backgrounds. I even made my own, which I'm going to use on another layout now. But I looked through the Vicki Boutin background pad that I've got, and this one just was perfect. All I've done is a few little droplets of paint, and the rest was done for me. And I fussy cut for hours these beautiful colour coordinated butterflies, and they're from Happiness by Coco Vanilla, and one of the sheets in the collection is entirely of butterflies. So I've used two of those, and I've cut every single butterfly out, and if I don't use them on this, I'll certainly be using them on other layouts. So I'm trying to, obviously these aren't from the same collection, so it's amazing that they go so well. I mean, there's a few colours that I struggled with, like purple, for example. There wasn't any purple in the collection, just two differing pinks. So I've had to make do with the pink on the bottom there. But I don't think it stands out too badly. But other than that, I think I've got most colours. I haven't got a bright yellow, but that's fine. There's not really a lot of room up there. Now, some of these I've stuck down with my Nuvo glue stick. The others I have put on tiny little pads to give some height. And it certainly does. I mean, the actual Celebrate itself is lifted up on foam pads. So it does give some height and also shading. It's just not a flat page. So now I've added all the butterflies that I'm going to, I think. You can have too much of a good thing. And I'm just going to prepare my photograph, which is of my grandson cheering for the summertime. This is when he was little, a couple of years ago now. But the reason I'm celebrating is for the Rainbow Challenge, which was a roaring success. The pages that have been produced from this challenge are outstanding, and I will be posting them all on Instagram, and especially the winners as well, because they are randomly pulled. through the random number counter or checker. So there's no preference, but it does seem unfair to some of the layouts that are just out of this world. So there we are with a cheering baby. Unsure where to put it because I don't really want to cover up any of the letters. So I'm going a bit dotty now. I'm using some Shimel enamel shapes. Colour coordinated, obviously. I'm just popping them in little clusters of 2 and some of them in 3s. Just adds another dimension to the whole page. And it goes with the paint splashes as well. I did actually go through the ephemera, as you can see on the left, of the Cocoa Vanilla Happiness to see if there was anything in there that could bring anything more to the page, as I did with all Paige Evans ephemera, of which I have huge amounts. So I'm using whatever I can from that Cocoa Vanilla collection, just literally to colour match with those butterflies. And I've used, I think, 3 tiny banners with descriptions on that fit the page, obviously. But other than that, there was a lot of florals, and it's a little lad, so don't really want to do that. But there was some hearts, as you can see, and they are just perfect. Just to bring it to the outside of the edge of the page. And a nice soft edge it is too, with the butterflies and now the hearts and the dots. It's all coming together now. Those flowers are so beautiful in that collection though. I so wanted to use them, but maybe in the next one. So I'm still not happy with where the photograph is, and not only that, it is being swallowed up a little bit by the brightness of the background. So I'm still undecided of where that photograph is going, and indeed what it's going to look like. As you can see, I'm trying all different. I've tried a frame, I've tried a black background, I've tried a blue background. Excuse my arm. And there's a black and white version as well. So you can just feel that I'm not happy at all with that bottom right hand corner. It's a shame to cover anything up actually, because it just looks lovely even without a photograph. But obviously we scrapbook for the photograph, not for the background. And this background works perfectly for Leo's celebration and all the ladies that have entered the Rainbow Challenge. And goodness, was it a challenge. A lot harder than I anticipated. But we all got to sort our ephemera out into colours, which was one good thing. It was actually one of my favourite competitions since I've been running them on Inspired by Memories. I've really enjoyed this one. And I've actually entered it throughout myself as well. So, yes, I really enjoyed it. So I'm just going to attach these banners now up onto foam. And you'll have to wait and see what happens to that photograph in the end. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And I do hope you like the end product. Please pop over to Facebook onto our Inspired by Memories group and enjoy our challenges. We have another one about to start, our June challenge, which will be announced in the next few days. I'm sure you'll agree that looking at those colours, it does get your mojo going. Thanks very much. I'll see you again very soon. Bye.